Hi guys, welcome to another video, and just wanted to talk a bit more today and share with you some more about chronic fatigue. So this is a video specifically for people with chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, any sort of chronic pain or anything that has sort of bound you up physically and held you down over a long period of time. Basically for me, if you haven't seen any of these videos before, I've had chronic fatigue for about 35 years. I picked it up as a young fellow as I was travelling around Australia, just sort of sleeping out of my car. I guess I wasn't in a great state immune system wise, and basically went to a concert one time, swam in a dam, not a great thing to do, and ended up contracting glandular fever. Like a very, very severe case of glandular fever that lasted, I don't really remember, but it was at least 3 weeks that I was sweating profusely, and I lost a lot of weight. I didn't have much weight to lose in those days. Anyway, I lost a lot of weight and ended up extremely ill, travelled around Australia for a bit longer thinking I'm going to get better. Sort of abused the body a bit still with some more alcohol and drugs and different things that I was doing. And anyway, long story short, the thing never left me. It just manifested itself in this sort of chronic fatigue, constant sickness, gut problems, immune problems, etc. Anyway, that was 35 years ago. I'm now 57, so I pretty much spent most of my adult life that had any meaning to it anyway, in pretty severe chronic fatigue, sometimes not so severe. I've managed to be able to do things in my life. I've raised a family, been married for 32 years. Thank God for my lovely wife who's stuck with me through thick and thin. Thanks, Jude, you're awesome. But yeah, it's been a pretty tough journey on and off, and laced in there, as most of you guys that know have had any of this stuff, is a lot of depression, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of uncertainty around your life. It's really hard to commit to anything. So in that 32 years, I haven't actually held a full-time job in that whole time. I've had sporadic work. I've worked most of that time on and off for my own businesses in part-time sort of situations, because from probably at least 3 times a year I'll crash for about a month. I'm in one of those crashes at the moment. I'm just on my way to see a doctor. I shared a video the other day about trying to find meaning in the midst of chronic fatigue, and this one I'm really wanted to talk about the actual thing itself, and it's something that I've labelled the ten-headed beast. The reason I've labelled it as that for me personally, and I wrote a bit of a story about this one time on a blog, was that I remember growing up I used to watch Sinbad Sailor, sort of like what would have been termed sort of sci-fi fantasy movies, and there was always that ten-headed beast that the sailors or the soldiers would cut off one of the heads, and then another head would come from somewhere else, and even out of that one where it was cut off, another head would arise out of there, and they'd be attacking. And this beast, very, very difficult to get on top of this thing. So whilst I've had periods of hope and joy, it's always been lurking in the background, and everything that I do, it seems to kind of, you might cut off one head, like dietary, physically, mentally, emotionally. You get on top of your depression or your anxiety, and then something else comes up in your gut. And it's like this constant battle that's always going on that just every now and then just really gets to you, it just sends you down into a spiral, and you just kind of got nothing. Kind of been feeling like that maybe the last 7 to 10 days after overdoing it, looking after my grandkids and a few other work things that I was doing. So it's tough. So I'm off to the doctor now. We're going to be talking about gut health. She's given me, hopefully locking me into this new program about gut health and how the what do they call it, mitochondria, and anyway, a lot of the bacteria in the gut are so related to my particular genetic problems, which then bring up depression on a very regular basis. So they found out a lot between the gut and the brain, and so gut health. Anyway, this is another head that we're going to go and try and chop off. So over the years we've chopped a lot of heads off in different areas, found out that there was DNA, problems right down in the DNA, 17 genetic defects that I had no idea about until about 5 years ago when we went deeper. And obviously there's a lot going on in there. There's no stress gene there. So I don't process stress like the next person. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. You know, so easily you can get anxious quite easily. Stress can overwhelm you quite easily. So there's so many fronts you're fighting on all at once, and I just wanted to encourage you guys that may be in this same situation that we've got to get up and keep fighting. Like, to be honest with you, the last week, the last thing I wanted to get up and do is to do this, and yet I know that if I don't, the only other option is to stay down. And to stay down is to lose your life and basically to become nothing. There's just an emptiness. You don't get out of bed, you lay down, you watch lots of telly, read a book, whatever, do internet. There's just no life there. So this 10-headed beast has got to be beaten. We've got to take up arms against it, if you like, and fight with everything we've got. We need others around us that can believe in us enough to lift us up. And probably for you guys, you may have lost a number of these people over the years. If you've had this thing for 32 years, as I have, or if you've had it for 5 years, even if you've had it for one, people run out of steam with you pretty quick, don't they? You've probably experienced this. How you going? Yeah, And they're like, whoop, switch off. The eyes glaze over, and they're like shutting down, you know. And who can blame them? There's no answer to this thing. Like, I've had people praying for me, I've had people sending me things, I've had people wanting to help me for 32 years, and I really appreciate it. But once that doesn't work, they're kind of out of answers and they're frustrated, and they kind of just back right off, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's out of my hands. And hey, it's out of my hands too, it would seem. So what do? I guess you get up, you go to your 9:45 doctor's appointment, as I'm doing right now. You listen and you have your ears to the ground, and you still try and maintain hope, and you keep going. Like, I got this sense from, a spiritual perspective the other day, from the inner voice, if you like. In the bad times, try not to destroy what's going to come in the good times. Sow some good things as best you can in the bad times. So over this last week, I've been doing little things, reorganising little bits in the house, cleaning up a bit here and there, just little 10, 15 minute things, and trying to, rather than doing any damage at this time when I'm down, rather than going lower and further lower, trying to stay at least a little positive that keeps me going. To do something in the bad times, so that when the good times come, there is some joy, there is some hope, and also you're not trying to pick up the pieces from what you've let go, because that's the temptation when you're down and you're depressed, is to let go of everything. Just go, stuff it, I'm over this, I can't be bothered to pay the bills, can't be bothered to get up and clothe or feed myself, or wash the dishes, or do anything, change the bed linen, simple things, so to get up and to go is imperative, it seems, to keep. That's all that's kept me going for 32 years, is I just keep getting up and going. I don't get up and go every day, but if I haven't got up and gone for a couple of days, I make sure the next day I get up and go. I get up and I think about others. I change and shift my perspective by doing things like this, talking to people on Facebook, ministering to people, encouraging them, serving them in different ways that I can with my gifts, which are limited to no physical activity, just people talk to me. I'm a counsellor, so I can sort of counsel and share wisdom with people that I've learned in my suffering. So it's a matter of, they're still getting up and trying and waiting and hoping for better answers. And who knows if the medical profession, they're going a bit deeper. This gut health thing has taken them a long time to come to. They haven't been aware, again, depression was in the brain, the serotonin. But the serotonin apparently is ruled by the gut health. So if you're struggling with depression today, as I am quite badly, let's have a look, keep going, keep looking for answers. Don't give up, because it feels like we've tried everything, but what we've tried is everything in our scope that's come to us. There's things still that we're yet to try, things that are still outside of our sphere of knowledge or wisdom or influence, and that may be just the answers that you seek or you need, because this 10-headed beast, it's a strange one. No one can put their finger on any particular head, and they're coming from all over the place, and while one person, this might work for them, the next person doesn't touch it. And that can be really discouraging and cause you to want to give up and not get up and try anything else, because it's like, I can't do this anymore. But it's worth it. One more time could be the time that you get up and find something that gets back 10, 15, 20% of your energy. Something that gives you a hope to get up again tomorrow and to try something new, to get out and exercise again. And I've done keto diet this last 12 months or so, and then I sort of slacked off again, and I'm feeling worse because of that, so I've got to get back up and get on my keto diet again. So it's tough. It's tough keeping on getting up, because it's very disheartening when things don't work as you'd hope, or when they do work for a time and then they stop working. This is what I found with this damn 10-headed beast. Something that works effectively for a moment or a month or 6 months or a year even, that keeps you sort of going, then you're doing exactly the same thing and then it stops working. That's what I found with the keto diet. It works for a time and then something else kicks in. So I understand your discouragement, and I'm just wanting to encourage you. Maybe you can get up again today and find some more answers. Thanks for listening. I'm just at the doctor's, and hopefully there's some good news to come. Catch you later.